We will now create the first section, which is the About section. We'll also create the container for our content to center it on the page and limit the width, and we'll set the background color of our page. So in the text editor here, we'll start with creating our container using a div tag with the class container. Then we'll add our row for the grid system using a div tag with the class row. Inside of this, we can now define our first column in the left side. We'll use the classes col and then S12 and L8. So S12 means full width for small devices, and this means 2/3 of the width for large devices. So 8 out of 12 columns. Inside of this, we can now create our wrapping element for the card, which is a div tag with the class card. Then we'll create the wrapping element for our card image using another div tag with the class card image. Inside of this, we can add our image tag. And our image is found over to the left side here in the img folder, and it's called 1000 x 500.png. After this, we'll add our card title on top of the image using a div tag with the class card title. I'll add my name here, close the div tag. If I were to use a paragraph or heading element here, it will add some margins, so that's why I'm using a div tag. After our card image wrapper, we'll create a wrapper for the content of our card using the class card content. Now for our first paragraph, we want the text to be larger and change the size gradually in relation to the screen size. So we want to use flow text, which we can have by adding the class flow text to our paragraph. I'll now go over to the finished project and copy and paste the text here for the paragraph. Then, since we want some spacing between two paragraphs, we'll add this line break here instead of using CSS. And now for this second paragraph, I'll go over here and copy and paste in some text. Then we'll create a block quote by using the block quote tag. We want to center the text in the block quote, so we add the class center align as well. Let's create a paragraph for the quote and copy and paste this from the finished project, and then we'll add the cite tag with my name in to show where the quote is from. And finally, we'll add one more paragraph, and I'll copy and paste the text from over there, paste it in. Now, before we preview this in the browser, let's add the last thing, which is some custom styling here. So we want to add the background color to our body. So we target the body and set the background color property. And this will be this value that will give us a nice gray color. Let's save this, go back into the browser, select the right tab and refresh. Here we see our first section, the About section. We can see that it's taking up 2/3 of the width since it lives inside of the first column of our responsive grid. And we can see that the background has been set.